everyone. I'm Yazad Dalal, Chief Growth Officer here at Jovio, and welcome to Recruiting Realities, where we bring to you the latest developments and insights in recruitment. Today, we're speaking again with our own in-house labor market economist, David Garrett, about the U.S. jobs report for September 2024. Hello, David.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm well, and for our listeners, at Jovio, we publish interactive insights across all major occupations in the US. You can check that out on our website, jovio.com/interactive-insights. Now, David, the most recent US jobs report came out for the month of September. The US labor market gained an estimated 254,000 jobs, well above the projected volume. I think they were predicting 140,000. Healthcare employment boomed. Leisure and hospitality too. Construction, retail both added a significant number of jobs. I think manufacturing was the only major sector to lose jobs. And meanwhile, the unemployment rate declined to 4.1% from 4.2% last month. So, David, I have lots of questions. Let's get started. First of all, what was your sort of main key takeaways from the latest report?
Yeah, for starters, I want listeners to also keep in mind that the data is subject to change as revisions come in. So, this massive 100,000 plus boost we saw above what we originally expected, it, may decline a little bit. I doubt it'll fully disappear, but it may go down as later months, the tallies kind of come back in. Given that the two previous months were also revised upwards in this last report, I don't think that any revisions would be significantly large. So I really think that, last month was just much better than we expected. But either way, we're continuing to see these strong hiring gains, low layoff numbers last month. Plus, there was actually an increase in hourly earnings, and inflation continues to trend downward. So it's all very promising that we are kind of in this sweet spot of where, the labor market and things are cooling down, but still holding in there.
And speaking of revisions, David, I read something recently about some other revisions that were made in the overall economic performance from last year for the US. Can you tell us a little bit more about this? What does it mean for us right now?
So the short of it is that the BEA, they revised their national accounts data all the way back from 2019 through Q1 of 2024, as there was some improved data metrics and, computational metrics or methods for calculating GDP and GDI, and the importance of this is that it did narrow this sort of gap that economists were seeing between them, which was creating a lot of concern because it made it look as though GDP numbers were overstating the actual health of the economy. Things may have been worse than we thought. It was hard to tell. And I think where things get interesting for us in the TA recruitment aspect is that, the adjustment did show a downgrade in wages and salaries on incomes, which is far more consistent with those massive revisions we saw from the BLS to last year's data. So, I'm based on data and things like that, I'm a pretty firm believer that you can't really know where you're going until you have a solid understanding of where you've been. So seeing the data become far more consistent across different aspects does really make me more hopeful that the labor market, the labor market and overall economy is continuing to hold strong. And that the Fed's, push to finally start lowering interest rate is going to continue helping us with this sweet spot, like I mentioned earlier.
The past is prologue. I love it, David. Well, thank you to you, and thank you to our listeners. Don't forget to visit us at jovio.com, and we'll see you again soon.